Yo, what up guys, Brick5D here, and I'm currently logged into the Noob to Pro on day 175. If you remember the last video we posted on day 173, we talked about the Fire Knight team that we are trying to build for this Noob to Pro series, because we're currently on the arbiter mission that requires us to do the Fire Knight 15 on auto. So we talked about the plans for the team that we can do it, and I had to wait till CVC, which is currently going on, before I can do this build. I didn't want to wait for artifact enhancement. At least CVC still gets us some points for building this champion. So there are 3 champions that I've built for this run to be successful. I've not tried it, but I've put them in the team. The first one is Farakin the Fat. He has been sitting on this account for about a whole month, because we felt like our clan boss didn't really need him. We didn't build this awesome champion that a lot of people use for the clan boss, and now we're about to use him for Fire Knight. Turns out he's MVP for the Fire Knight, because when all allies join attack, they will bring down that shield so fast, especially if they have multiple hits on their A1. That's crazy. So you don't really need a lot of champions who have multiple hits on their A1 if you have Farakin the Fat. Just him going in will make them hit and then do their normal turn, which is about 9 hits or so. So I have Apothecary also built. Yes, I did say this account did pull an Apothecary a while ago, and he has been sitting there also. But just for Fire Knight, we had to build him. Well, not just for Fire Knight. We already have Demeter, so we really did not need a team healer, right? For normal dungeons like Dragon, Demeter could keep us safe and alive. But why did we build an Apothecary? Because of Fire Knight and other content that we might be needing his heals for. So it's kind of redundant to build both Apothecary and Demeter, but hey, she's extremely fast also, even faster than he is. So I think she's a better healer for your dungeons, but we'll use Apothecary for Fire Knight because of that multiple hits on the A1. Alright, also increased speed also, which Demeter doesn't bring to the team. The next champion we built is Razin. Yes, Razin has been obtained from the fusion that we did by getting all the rares completed, and we built him with defense. I'm going to show their stats at the end of this run. I just wanted to introduce to you the team and what we built. The last one, we'll talk about it later. There's one more champion that I built. All right, let's head over to the run and see if we're going to be successful at running stage 15 on full auto. Now, before we go into full auto, I have to remind you that you have to set your team presets. Even if you're not set it for round 1 or round 2, round 3, you should really set team presets so they don't use their wrong skills. So for Tyrell, I used his A1 as his team preset. For I didn't want him using his decreased defense or using his meter decrease. When the shield is up, sometimes he might do it. He might, if the skills are up, he will use them. So I use this one as priority skill that he used as the opener. And for Apothecary, of course, it's going to be the A1. I don't want him boosting speed. Of course, you can always tell your Apothecary to start with this skill. There is nothing wrong with opening with your speed. But I want to take that shield down so we take less damage in case we don't bring it down. But we will. As for Venomage, who is the only real damage dealer I have on this team, bringing in heal reduction. I don't want the boss putting up the shield and then healing himself, because we don't have an Amiga here to bring down meter, because this is a negative affinity for Amiga. That's why we don't have him on this team. But on other teams, other stages 16, 17, we might bring in an Amiga to keep that meter down once the shield comes down. So all this tier crafting I'm doing will still be applied in the higher levels of the Fire Knight when we finally get there. So I was trying to build these teams with enough accuracy, with enough speed to reach Fire Knight 20 levels, not just for beating 15. So you'll see how we brush through 15 like it's nothing. So we bring in Venomage here for the heal reduction. So I did set the presets to use the A1 instead of using this skill when the shield is up also. And of course, the man of the hour, Farakin the Fat, he is coming in here with his all ally join attack skill, right? But for round 2, I told him to use it only once and don't use it again, because I want it to be available for the boss. So if we get into round 2 and he uses it once on the waves, I want him to save it so it will be available by the time we get to round 3. So of course you can always turn it on and tell him not to even use it at all for round 2 if you want to be sure that it's available when you get to the boss. but I think it will be available. But if it's not, I'm going to come over to round 2 and turn it off entirely so he doesn't use it on round 2. And for Razin, he's going to be doing his what do you call this skill? A1. That's his multiple hits on the A1. And then he might have to prioritize this skill after. Then maybe I'll set him to prioritize this one after, so he doesn't use the decrease defense and weaken instead. So I'll set this as priority. So after he does his A1 on the boss, when the shield is down, he should use this skill. I don't know if Razin is smart. They say Razin is smart. I thought it's only Cold Heart that is smart for the boss. If the boss shield is up, will Razin use this skill? I think so. He will use this A3 with the shield is up. So let's just set it like this. Alright, let's save the preset and head over to the run. I'll put it on full auto and see if we are successful. We have enough defense to, survive the hits. We currently are sitting at 0 silver. Well, maybe 10k or 15k silver, because we had to take all the artifacts to 16. I didn't want to come in here with half built champions and struggle. All allied join attack. Is that it? I thought it would do more damage and just bring that ally down. I guess we didn't have decreased defense out there, so my Terrell is a little bit slow. He wasn't the first to go. My what's his name now? Farakin the Fat was the first to go, which is not ideal. But hey, remember we built Terrell a while ago before we had the new gear that you're currently seeing working on this account right now. So I'm not yet seeing Farakin the Fat use his all allied join attack again. So that means if he uses it right now, it might not be available for the boss. And I cannot take it over from now. I have to leave it for the run to complete. So we killed that wave fast enough. Yes, Farakin the Fat is booked. During CVC, I did spend my books on Farakin the Fat. He's the only epic we currently have on the account that is like high priority to be booked. So we did spend books on him to make sure that skill is available on the, is it 3-turn or 4-turn cooldown? I forget which one it is. Please don't use this skill. Please don't use this skill. Please. Okay, good. I thought he was going to use it. I'll show you something else about my apothecary build. Alright, let's see if I can refer if it's available. Yes, it's available. It's available. Shield is down. Awesome. Awesome. I thought it was not going to be ready. I really thought it was not going to be ready. Why didn't he use this A3 right there? He used the A1. Terrell, can you bring down this? He didn't. The boss will put up the shield. Yes, he used it. Yo, Razin almost gave me a heart attack right there. He let the boss go almost put up the shield before he used that A3 right there. It's awesome to just see something you built without testing work so smoothly like this. That's why I'm kind of excited. I know it's Fire Night 15, but if you know how we've been struggling to beat 14 and 13, this team is extremely impressive. That shows you that when you put your mind to a build or think outside the box, you can come up with something that is as awesome as this. So yes, that's a successful run for 2 minutes. Really impressive time right there. If we can do this in 2 minutes, I guess for the other more difficult levels, we will do it in a lesser time. And these artifacts on these champions are not yet fully maxed out. So let's head over to the champion build and show you their full masteries that I put on them. Yes, I did put masteries on this champion. That's why I didn't upload yesterday, because I was still getting them perfectly ready. The first person I'll show you is Terrell. This is not a new build. He's in old build for high defense, a little bit of HP, a little bit of speed also. So his speed is currently low. He should be about 220, 230 for him to be first. But right now he's not being first. A little bit of crit. I didn't focus on crit damage, but accuracy is enough right there to place decrease defense on any dungeon 20 content right now. And for masteries, I went with the normal clan boss masteries, but it turns out I didn't even need him for clan boss. Alright, the next person that I've been hyping about, Farakin the Fat. This is his masteries, or let me show you the gear first. Yes, I did use a head artifact extractor to build this champion. In fact, I even did the team suggestion, right, for Fire Night 20, and it's suggested that Farakin the Fat is the best one. In my previous time when I was talking about the Fire Knight team, I didn't think of Farakin the Fat as an option, but the Elheads team, I think as team optimizer or team suggestion gave me this Farakin the Fat as an option for Fire Knight. I thought, yes, that's an awesome suggestion, because of you saw what happened there, the way the shield just melted with just him taking a turn. All right, so these are the random gear that was selected. All the accessories are still on 12. The chest is accuracy. That's what you see amongst early game builds. This is an early game build, so don't expect these stats to be crazy high. Early games is 15, level 15 content, less than level 20, right? So if I show you, that's an accuracy chest right there on Farakin the Fat. And you also see accuracy chest on a lot of champions that are in this build, because you simply don't have the banner right now. Check out, I don't have accuracy banners right now. If I did have accuracy banners, I wouldn't be putting accuracy chest on these champions. So that's what I have for my banner right there. And for the total stats, you see a little bit low on defense, but I wanted his speed to be high. I wanted it to come around his kill really fast. And no crit damage is not there for damage, but he does have enough accuracy to land his debuff, that is the HP bond, the decreased defense, and all that good stuff. For his skills, I did put the books here, and it went straight here too. 2 books here. So it's awesome that all you needed is 2 books to go here. You can check out his A1 is not booked, so I'm glad that he didn't go to the A1, but his A2 though did get some books also. So hopefully we get this one down so we can get more HP burn and poison consistently on a 3-turn cooldown instead of 4. His passive doesn't need books, but I'm really glad the books went over there. For the masteries, I went with the normal, not a clan boss build. This is the general content PvE build. So where you went with War Master Mastery over there, and support 3 instead of defense 3, because he wasn't going to be counter-attacking like they normally do for clan boss. So I want more accuracy, so I don't have to rely on accuracy for my gear. Remember, in the early stage, I don't have accuracy banners, so that's why I went through the accuracy 3. I mean, through the support 3. So hopefully this one helps me to reset, get his turn meter really fast back up, and also this one to reset, a small chance of resetting this the A3 that I used, maybe it will be back up again. But if this skill can mess you up, sometimes he uses it at the wrong time. But hey, it's good for dungeon content. This is not really something I'll use for what do you call it, for arena, but he's awesome like this to also step into the arena with the amount of speed you see there. I don't just have AoE nukers right there to help him do the damage that is needed on their A1, that is. That's Farakin. Really hyped about this champion. I'm sorry that I slept on him on the Noob to Pro this long, and on my main account I'm also sleeping on all allied John attacks. I'm talking about Longbeard, I'm talking about Lanakis and Farakin. I've not used any of them in any of my teams that I'm building, whether for Doom Tower or for general content. So it's kind of crazy that I'm sleeping on allied John attack like this. Maybe for my Fire Knight team, because I'm still struggling for Fire Knight's speed runs in the in my main account, I might look towards building him maybe. All right, so who is the next champion? We talked about Razen. Razen is also in a general set that was suggested to us based on what we have on their artifacts. So I wasn't trying to put him on lifesteal because he's not going to be a clan boss champion. This Razen is not a clan boss Razen. Your normal Razen who is for clan boss should be in lifesteal if it's not an unkillable comp. But I do have a Demeter comp, huge flex for this Noob to Pro, so I don't need to build these champions right now for clan boss or dungeon hybrid builds. They are strictly for dungeon content. And yes, for dungeon content you still do need lifesteal, but because I did build apothecary or I do have Demeter on my teams, I do not need lifesteal. They will keep these champions alive the entire battle. So he is also rocking an accuracy chest, I guess. Yes, and he's also rocking a crit rate glove. See, if it were clan boss, I would have put defense here and defense here. You know, you lead a lot of defense. But because I'm building it for general content, PvE content, I didn't think it's necessary to put this champion in high defense build. So with this build, I think I can feature him in the arena. I know I don't have a crit damage glove right there, but I was trying to get at least crit rate first. There's no point getting crit damage when your crit rate from your substat is not enough. So if you check the helmets, we don't have crit rate, 5% is too low. We don't have anyone here. No crit rate on the, so we need crit rate all everywhere else before we can put crit damage here. So this is just an early game build for Ryzen. When we do have better gear, we'll revise this build and put crit damage over there and put defense over here and put accuracy banner. Right now we have defense on the banner, right? Yes, defense on the banner with 4 or 5 speed glyphed up, and also defense. Oh, I put crit damage here because I have crit rate here. I thought I put defense here. So I still need to level this up to 16 to get the maximum damage we need for this run. It was extremely fast, so imagine when I build these champions to be full maxed, how much damage more we can do. But right now we are still a little bit high on the crit rate. I'll show you his total stats though. It's 3k defense with 3000 HP, which is impressive. 196 speed is kind of low. I would have loved him to be about over 200, of course, but crit rate and crit damage is looking awesome for a beginner build. 195 accuracy. Remember, you need for dungeon 20 content, you need 200 or 220 accuracy. All right, for masteries, I didn't go the clan boss route. I built this champion hoping he will be clan boss, so this is like a clan boss route, I guess. So I didn't go to accuracy 3. I built him thinking he will be helping me in clan boss, but hey, that was before we got Demeter. All right, that's the champions that are essential for this run. Venomage, my build for Venomage is old. I've shown it before on the series. When we built her, we did highlight her for the clan boss or early game clan boss. So she's not like really, no, she's kind of still fast though, but we didn't build her with crit rate and crit damage. We were trying to focus on accuracy and defense so she doesn't die. But I think right now, because we have a lot of support in the teams, we can lay down on the defense a little bit, maybe 2-5 defense, and then put some stats elsewhere like crit rate and crit damage. So her defense is too high. That's what I think right now for general dungeon 20 content, at least with support. If you don't have support with her, then you might leave her in this defense. But I left her like this because of the clan boss. Sometimes when people go down, she can solo the clan boss alone, because I pair her with what's her name, Frozen Banshee, to take down, I mean not clan boss now, I'm talking about the dragon boss, the dragon. All right, that's the build for Fire Knight. I just wanted to do this short video because I'm sorry the last video I didn't actually do the run to show you how it works. So the mission that we're trying to complete is this one that says do the Fire Knight 15 10 times on auto. This is be an easy cake to pass by. And the next one is Spider. That's what I was saving for you guys. Tonight we talked about the Fire Knight 15. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Spider 15. And remember, this same Fire Knight team that beat 15 is what we're going to use all the way to 20. We're just going to take out some champions that are bad affinity sometimes and replace them with champions that are of good affinity. I'll also show you the final time when we get to Fire Knight 20, which team we used to build it, to beat it. So tomorrow expect a video for us to build a team or put together a team that we already have on the account for a Spider 15 and see how far we can progress in that run. Also, I'll put this on auto and let it run, but I'll show you right now like I did for the Fire Knight team. Or let me not even mix this to, let me not talk about Spider tonight when we are all focused on the Fire Knight. All right, remember these dungeons are important for you to beat if you're serious about getting gear in Raid Shadow Legends. If we can beat Fire Knight up to 20, we'll start getting Savage gear. In a previous video I talked about all the essential gear I'm looking to get. A stun set, because we're about to get Seal the Drake in just about a week or so. So we are looking forward to farming this Fire Knight. It's time for us to start farming end game gear. We are moving away from beginner levels now to mid game levels when we get Seal the Drake, and we'll build her up with stun set that we get from the Fire Knight, which will even help us to keep the Spider 20 under control when we finally get there in about a week. All right, I'm quite excited about this one. I'm happy it went according to plan. You guys hit a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more Raid Shadow Legends content like this, not just for beginners but also for end game players, when I'll be talking about that on my main account. This is just the Noob to Pro series where we are trying to get the Arbiter missions all complete and get the Arbiter finally and complete this series. Let me know what you guys think about this Fire Knight team, and any suggestions, anything you might have changed. about it. I'll see you guys in the next Raid Shallow Legends video. Good night, guys.